Alright guys, time for hopefully, well, not a final update on Hershey, but a final update on, we have the ammonia levels back under control. Worked all night last night, took me to like 3 in the morning. I finally just, I was like, I got them both out in the bucket, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave them overnight, check the water again in the morning, and try to make a decision from there. Got up this morning, checked it again. After multiple doses of water clarifier or the detoxifier and stuff like that, the prime and the stress coat, it still wasn't going down. We had started seeing some progress of it slowly going down, and then it kind of stagnated at 0.25. So decided to do another water change. The first water change I did yesterday was about 25%. Today I did one that was about probably somewhere around 60%. So once I did that and I doubled the dose of the prime, I waited about an hour, checked the levels, and the levels are finally good. Also took out the sponge filter and washed it to make sure it wasn't the sponge causing the ammonia to stay high. But for now, we do have it under control. I'm starting to think more and more that it was probably the change in feeding, because I did up the feeding one extra time a day, so I was up feeding 4 times a day, and I think maybe that's too much. So I'm gonna stick at 3, because with 3, we were having some success with that. OG's looking healthy. She's still been eating. Hershey's not been eating much today, I've noticed that, but he is moving around a lot more. He's moving that fin around. I've noticed the white spot is fading a little bit. So we're about to change out. I got the new water in his bucket. I got him in a little bowl over here behind me. You can't see him right now, but I got him in a bowl behind me, waiting on this bucket to the water to get back to the parameters it needs to be with the new water. And then I'm going to throw him in there with the methylene blue. So kind of just show you guys the process. As I'm showing you guys what I used, I'm going to kind of go through the process of why I used that and how I used it. So first up, we got our master test kit. So as you can see, you got a result, I guess, for pH, high pH, ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. So can't really see, there's a glare, I think, but so ammonia's, you want it to be right here at 0. It was hanging around when I first tested it, that's what, 1. It was at about a 1 ppm, then I slowly got it down to about a 0.5 last night. This morning it was hanging around about 0.25, and now it's at 0. So yeah, great kit, would highly recommend it if you're trying to do I mean, I guess if you just got one small tank, probably don't need something that major, but if you do have multiple tanks, or you do want to go over the top and making sure that your fish is going to be healthy, then I would definitely recommend it. Got it off Amazon. It's the API Master Test Kit. Works very good for me. Next up, this is actually over the past couple days, the first time I've used this, but I just kind of had it on me. Forgot I even had it, but it worked out. It came in handy. It's the Stress Coat Plus. So this has definitely been something I've tried to use. Specifically, normally I would use Seek and Prime, but I've used this just because where Hershey did have some injuries. I was hoping maybe this could help with the slime coat a little more than maybe the Prime would. But ultimately they do the same exact thing, just a water conditioner, especially for tap water. It's going to detoxify your water for you and allow for your system to start making nitrates. So yeah, also, so let me show you back to the test kit real quick. Right here is the nitrate, and anywhere from the 0 to the 5 ppm, you're going to be fine anywhere in that range. Once you get kind of above that, it's kind of when you want to start looking at potentially harmful for the fish. So anything between 0 and 5 is usually pretty good, pretty okay for that. But everything else, essentially for the ammonia, for the nitrites, you want those to be at 0, 100% all the time. And then pH is going to be dependent on what kind of fish you have. I try to keep mine around 7 flat. So yeah, that's for those two things. And then next up, like I was talking about, got the prime. This is what you normally use consistently all the time. And I have, when I first set up the tank, I'll show you guys this. When I first set up the tank, I also have some stability that helps build up the biofilter that I was talking about. It helps once you detoxify the ammonium and nitrite, it kind of helps build up the nitrates in the the system. So yeah, so that's what I normally would use the prime, but I was just using the Stress Coat Plus to see if it would make a difference at all. But essentially, like I said, they do the exact same thing as far as for like when I put this new water into this tank today. I use the prime, but for the bucket I put the Stress Coat Plus. So I use them both. They both work fine. They both work great. I don't really have an opinion on which one works better. I think it just is going to depend on how your water is really. Next up, Lifesaver, proper pH. Like I said, you can use the pH up or pH down. I don't know if this is true, but I did read because I would like to do a planted tank probably next. I think I'm gonna wait. I might push the ranchies back. I might go ahead and get into guppies. I'm not sure yet, but that's kind of the way I'm leaning, because I would like to get into a planted tank, because that way if I go ahead and do a planted tank and a tank that's going to require more maintenance, I can get more content out for you guys to watch, and it's not just me sitting here all the time. It's going to be more of me actually doing things. But yeah, guys, this proper pH has come in clutch, because I have the way my water is for my tap, it's always high. It's always around it's going to be like always down here or higher, and that is a 7.6. So it's always up in that high range, so the proper pH definitely it works wonders for me. Like again, I can't speak for everybody because everybody's water is different, but it definitely every single time has got me back to that 7.0, pretty much right on it. Or not even pretty much, it gets me, as long as I dose it correctly, it gives me right at 7.0 every single time. So very consistent, very good, works wonders, works great for me. So, and I do that, I also use that anytime I would do a water change. I was used to be, when I first started keeping fish, I was always hesitant about putting stuff in the tank while fish were in there, and I can say that I've had success using all of these. So using all of these with fish in the tank is perfectly safe. My experience, if you do it and yours die, well, that sucks. Next up, another thing that I have on hand that I don't have to use very often at all, thankfully, or at least yet, is this methylene blue. Again, this is all stuff that you pretty much find on Amazon for the most part. But yeah, the methylene blue is currently what I'm treating Hershey with. So I'm treating Hershey with the methylene blue. I'm putting it in his bucket. Normally, like I said, I have a 15-gallon that I always set up as a hospital tank for him. But like I said in one of the other videos, I don't have it with me right now. So I've just been using the bucket, and it's working out fine. He's improving slowly. So yeah. The next up, we got this right here, the aquarium salt. So I've been using, really the only thing that I don't typically use, that I've been using for this specifically, is the Stress Coat Plus and the methylene blue. But for this A+ aquarium salt, I like to use that a lot after water changes because it reduces stress. And it's just going to help promote the health of your fish in general. And you can do there's a lot of uses in it, and it says it in the directions in the back if you do get some. So it's kind of, you can use it for cleaning. Random tip, don't ever use like any harsh detergents or anything like that to clean your stuff off and then throw it back in your aquarium or even your glass. Don't ever do that. but something like the aquarium salt, I tried it one time, it worked good enough, did a pretty decent job at cleaning. And then, yeah, like I said, every time I do a water change or anything like that, and then definitely right now, you can do it for specific disease treatment, or you can do it just for general conditioning, which I actually think is exactly what it says. Yeah, general conditioning, and then treatment for disease. There's different ways to treat, like different, what am I trying to say? Different parameters for how much you would put in, depending on what you're trying to do with it. But normally, I just put in what it recommends for general conditioning, and it helps reduce the stress, especially if you're doing a water change or anything like that. It helps keep the fish alright, keep them calm. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys updated on Hershey, and then I'll probably do another little finishing video to this of him back in his bucket and kind of getting some more. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've used for this tank. Or not for this tank, but for this ammonia spike that's randomly happening. And like I said, I do believe it's going to be from me feeding them another time of day. So I think I'm going to cut it back down to 3 because I wasn't having any problems with that, and see how it goes from there. Alright, so to finish up the video, OJ looking good, looking happy, looking healthy in her tank. We got Hershey in the bucket here with the heater and the little air pump. He hasn't really been eating good today, so I'm gonna try to like almost force feed him a little bit, see if I can get him to eat. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep posting update videos. My heater got a little stained. That's actually the heater I use for the 30-gallon, but right now Hershey needs it more than OJ, so I got it with Hershey. And there won't be too much of a difference in the tank because I mean it shouldn't drop lower than room temperature. But yeah, so hopefully in the next couple days we'll be getting Hershey back into his home. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.